Hey Pivot, how are you? Good morning. Not too much going on this morning as well. It's not many percentage gainers. It's only a couple stocks here. HOFV couldn't hold above $5, but if it reclaims, it could get interesting. So it has this Y flag, like a 2-day flag, so if this reclaims VWAP and 5 minutes, it'll look better. That might be yeah, it could be a short here. This might be a flag to the downside. Yep. Yeah, so HOFV is done for. It's gonna take some time to recover from this. I'll put a price alert just in case it comes back to $5. But this would probably fade if it doesn't reclaim that. HOFV. I was just looking at that. So it needs to reclaim $5 if it goes higher. It had a flag here, a bear flag. It broke below it, so for this to be bullish, it needs to reclaim $5. So $5 is a key area. You can see all the support resistance lines, support lines are up here. VWAP is here. All the EMAs is pretty much at $5. So for this chart to kind of recover, it'll need to pop back over 5 and hold it as support. That would be the best play. And then you got a 2-day flag line. So if you look at the 2-day flag line right here, so from yesterday's high all the way to here, there's a flag line. So it really needs to recover if it wants to go higher. Right now, if it consolidates here, it's going to continue going down. It's going to be a all-day fader. We'll go back to $5. It's very possible, but not. It can retest 5. I think it'll retest 5 at least. But depending if it creates a higher low and pop above it, or a rejection and then go lower. But right now it's having trouble, so I don't think so. I mentioned in my stream yesterday that this $5 area would be a key area. If it breaks that and can't hold it, definitely a sell if you're holding long term. BHAT. BHAT, decent looking daily, but you can see these wicks. It's still under this flag line, and like each wick is being sold into, so might not. Definitely, it's not a ticker to hold, because it might just get sold down too. But it could be forming something, but it's under VWAP right now. It's under VWAP. There might be a potential, spot if you want to play this quick flag, maybe 2 VWAP, but it might get rejected. But yeah, it's 8%. Yeah. Not the best looking daily chart. Yeah. So here's some more data where it's just almost, oh, computer dropped out there. Yeah, so yeah, almost looks the same here. Yellow flag. DLPN. I think DLPN is halted. So DLPN is halted. Let's see if there's anything here. Yeah. Went from, I guess, 10 to 11, 10 to 12:45, and it got halted. Didn't see any setup there. Might have been really spready. Really extended though. On the this was the 5-minute test. When you look in the 5-minute chart, it's retested, and then I guess this possibly the 5-minute flag, but too extended, too early for me. Yeah, HOFV. HOFV was, you got a few sell signals, so $5 was a key area. Once it broke that, I would have sold that. Another sell signal would have been this flag break here. So when this happens, usually you get a 100% move of this pull. So if you add this pull down, you reach this 100% move, just at 445. It tapped it. So you might get a bounce here from this pull, maybe towards 480 or so. But yeah, if it does bounce, I'll probably get out. I want to be holding this. I think this, if you look at the daily chart, it's extended. So stocks tend to gravitate towards the 90 EMA, which is this line here. So it could fall below $4 today. So just be careful of that. This can pull back like to 375 on the daily chart. So the daily is extended, so it's not a buy on the daily chart. But if this is bounce back, right now it's extended on the 5-minute chart on the downside. So we're gonna have a retest of the 5-minute chart and the 15-minute chart, which are around 480, 490s. It might even retest $5, but most likely it'll get rejected the first time around, and then probably pull back. And then depending if it gets rejected harsh and then does this, it might go lower. But if it holds a higher low and breaks 5, now initially I would just stop out here, and if it sets up long this side, you can go long again later. I only like to go long with momentum, so I don't long into weaknesses. So DLPN is halted. It's gonna resume in 2 minutes. But I guess no big play here, but you have a support level. You do have a support level here. 1240. So 1240 support became resistance, and it's gonna pop back up. Hopefully it doesn't break pre-market highs. Because if we could consolidate a little bit up here, holds 1240 as support, and then break like $14 or 13, maybe we can go small size, because it's going to be a large wide risk there. Then you have to go smaller size, but hopefully it doesn't break on the open or in the resumption of the halt. But if it does break, yeah, it's not a buy spot here. Definitely it's not a buy, because you're risking $10 or $11 here, 12. So it's going to be like $1.50 risk if you buy here. We'll probably open somewhere in here. Maybe hopefully consolidates, but yeah, based on the halt, people might just chase it up. You're not gonna give us a setup. So there's the HOTH. There's a resumption. I did the best thing is probably pull back here to the 5-minute chart. And then like consolidate above this level. Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what happens. So far it's holding a 1245 level. A retest of this would be nice. Like breakdown. Yeah, so that there's a breakdown. So you don't want to buy into these, right? Break down and reclaim. So it's broke down the 1-minute chart. Probably needs to reclaim. It's gonna take some time. The 15-minute chart's extended too, so not the best. Let's see what else is playing. YVR. So YVR is it's getting extended on the 5-minute chart. So nice daily. But 5-minute chart is extended here, so it's like a book away. I might end up looking for a short on it if it gives a bounce here. So we need a bounce here and then give a lower high. Then I'll short it to $6. It's definitely not a long here, so don't buy here because the 1-minute chart is extended. Even though you can go higher, I think it's gonna fall right shortly after. So this low was 676. Let me check if I have locates. Okay, I don't have locates, so I can't short it anyways. So 671. Yeah. But if you do have locate, this could probably pull back to 630, 620s. So right now it needs to bounce here. So it needs to give a low here. Like one green candle. And then the break of this will probably go to 630s. You might get something like this too, like this candle goes up like that and goes back down. But if it doesn't shape up, like it just goes higher like this, yeah, so there's no setup, right? So it goes higher. So you need to see a bounce and then a break of this level, which is a 671s. So there's the bounce, but let's see if it continue higher or goes down and break this level. Yeah, so if I have some shorts, I would short 671 here. So like if I see weakness on the tape, I think like around 670, if it's approaching 671, I'll probably short like right now ish. And your stop would be $7. So you need to size it in like 710. So this is your stop here, short here. So I would have short right there already. I went in a little bit earlier, but so this should kind of retest the VWAP or the 5-minute chart. Stop at 710, so that would be my play, but no shorts available. So we'll see what happens. You either get your profit or you stop out. Yeah, so it looks like you'll probably reach this target, but there's some dip bar stepping in there, but it's extended, so probably retest there, most likely. DLPN, a little push higher there. BBIG halted. Yeah. So it wasn't a clean breakout. It didn't close below. So, and then this is 5 minutes slowly catching up. So I probably would stop out somewhere here. If I would have to short kind of small loss, because it looks like it's gonna hold this level. 671. Yeah, so yeah. If it doesn't go, broke my inventory there, try to hold a few candles, but I couldn't. So if you did short, make sure to stop out. BBIG resume. So super extended here. Let's see. Just gonna get a bounce. So you got some resistance level here. It's at 515. No setup, but yeah, still no trades for me this morning. No setups yet. DLPN. Where's the DLPN? Yeah, DLPN hasn't changes. It's halted again. Hasn't broken high of day or pre-market highs, but no setup. Might have been like a 1 minute setup here, but you might could risk like a buck here, like this low for this break. Just like a book. A risk. YVR. YVR is, yeah, same thing. It's going higher. TKAT. No shorts. TKIN. LGHL. It's retesting the 15-minute chart right now. Trend line here. And it's these lows 473. $480 bits ready, but this would probably need to reclaim VWAP area to get me interested. Kind of break above this trend line and then give a VWAP as support. Then you could buy that flag. Something like this. It would need to reclaim 480 as support. You can stop at 480 by the break of 490. That'd probably be the best. But yeah, nothing is setting up. GNUS is making highs here, but there's resistance at 306. Nice holding so far above VWAP. I think like if it gets something like this later, and we could break the flag here and then break 5 days, that'd be good. There's going to be some time. If it breaks here, then yeah, it's no setup. It's too extended. See how HOFV is doing. Yeah, so there's the retest. So it was extended. Now it's retesting that $5 area. So this is an area to stop out if you didn't stop out here. So that's why we might get a downtrend here. People that didn't stop out around this area will get a second chance. So here's your second chance if you're still holding HOFV. So this would need to do a higher low here if it wants to continue higher today. Or it just fades, doing a really cup and handle continuation. But yeah, very slow morning so far. Don't see any setups. YVR is extended. It's gonna have a head and shoulders. 15-minute is extended. So this would need some lower high here. A break of this. Go back to $6, but I don't have shorts available. Yeah, I don't want to force any trade as well if there's no setups. So LGHI is probably the only, decent looking one that can set up. So that's 709. Yeah, maybe there's like a 480 break, risking 473, and then maybe it'll set up over VWAP. I like that it's tested the 15-minute chart. So the 15-minute chart is somewhat tested here. I'm getting excited, but I might try this if it breaks for 80, and then if it holds for 80. So I'm gonna watch for 80 here. If it starts to chip down, start buying them, but it has to hold 480 as support once it pops over for this bigger flag. That'll be the best play, but this is probably the only stock that looks decent. So 480 popped there. I didn't get my buy orders. I try to grab some 42s. Let's see if it sells. But it's okay. If this actually don't break yet and kind of trends, holds 480, then I'll look to buy that. But yeah, 480 was the early kind of signal, and it looks like it might try to do something here. Yeah, 480 risking 473, 7-cent risk for like an early entry. But this needs to kind of pull back, hold 480 as support, and then there'll be a flag here. That looks nice. So hopefully it doesn't go too far here, and let it pull back a little bit. Pull back. Use. Okay. Yeah, so let's see if it can pull back, hold 480 as confirmed support. If that confirms support, then I will take this break here, like 485 or 490, stopping at 480. You got a big bid there, 485. 28,000 shares. Buyer. Yeah. So I'll probably get through this buyer. There's some selling pressure. I mean, this would be an early flag here. If people buy this area, 490s, 489 break. But yeah, hopefully it just sells down a little bit. I wanted to get pulled back, confirm 480 as support. Alright, so there's the pullback. Yeah, so good pullback there. Let's see if 480 can hold as support now. So this resistance level becomes support. And the break of this would be a flag break. Broke down to 479 there. So failed to hold so far. So that's why we wait for the setup. But yeah, it still reclaims 480. Look good still. Oh, so GNUS actually broke out with the cup and handle. So GNUS, we were kind of watching this. I missed it. But it had a higher low here. For that cup and handle, high of daybreak. Buy there at 263, risk at 257s. Not bad. 6-cent risk or something. What was I watching? LGHL. So this low here is 477. This green bar is the last low of the last 5 bars. So that's this marker here that I have. So let's see if it holds 480 here. So I might actually test this 15-minute chart since it is a titty bit extended. But yeah, it's gonna take a little while. A lot more work. It's gonna An alert there. And it goes back over 480. So it's probably gonna retest that 50-minute chart. DLPN getting extended. Let's see if I have any shorts. Locates. Yeah, no locates. So nothing there. No shorting. YVR. It's getting extended. Finally going to probably retest the 50-minute chart. HOF, HOTH. Kind of popping up here. Still under VWAP. TKAT looks like it's falling back down. AMTX is getting extended. 2470s. So that candle broke high of day there. 25 bucks. Do I have any short here? Okay, I can't even short it anyways, so no locates here as well. But I was just stocking this. Broke high of day here. If we can create like a inverted cup and handle, I'll probably short that through a retest of the 5-minute chart, which is 25 bucks. But it will need to pull back, test the 1-minute chart 90 MA, which is this teal line, and then a little bounce, and I probably take that short with my risk of that lower high. Stop here, target. Let's see. GNUS is getting extended. Nice candle rejection there, so I'll probably look for a short here. 270 targets 263 for the 270 break. Let's see. So we got some room. Let's see if I have some borrows here as well. And okay, it looks like I have some. So hopefully it gives one more decent bounce, but this is a tiny bounce. 273 is this high. But I will try a 270 break here. Risk 273. For this inverted cup and handle, for going back to 263. So I took some there a little early, but I'm gonna try this. I'm gonna add a little more. So I have 3,000 shares short here. I'm expecting a 263 test here. So, but if this reclaim, my full stop is 273. I'll downsize if it can't hold below 270. So I'm in 3,000 shares there. So I'm gonna look to take some profits like in the 266 area. But if this holds the two reclaims, I'll be taking it off. Okay, so there's the 270. So that wasn't like the best breakdown, but let's see what happens here. If it holds 270, I'm probably gonna take it off or downsize. HOFV, I mentioned that $5 was the spot to exit. I give it a second chance for people to take off. So I'm gonna downsize a bit here if it doesn't break below 270. Okay, so I actually downsized there at 270. I'm just down to 2,000 shares, but let's see if we can get 263 tests here. So my stop is gonna just be, yeah, I'll keep a 273 stop. I think I'm okay with that. No, I think it's gonna go below $4 today for HOFV. It's extended. Let me, yeah, I can show you why later. Let me complete this trade real quick. I'm in GNUS shorting 2,000 shares. I'm expecting it to go back down to 263, which is my final target. I'm probably gonna just take like 500 shares here. 500. I took 500 shares off, and then I'm gonna take 500 shares off 266 and 265 and 264. Since the 5-minute here is slowly catching up, so it's gonna have a bounce. But I'm just down to 1,500 shares now on GNUS short. But this is not a short to hold on to because it's just extended. So, all right. So I might end up stopping out here if it holds 270. Don't really like the action here. But it might get a bigger. Yeah, you see it's 5 minutes catching up already. So I might have to take more off. Let's see what happens. If 271. Okay, so maybe we'll get a 5-minute test this time. So I'm gonna put my stop at 273. So 272 break, I'm gonna take it off. So either 272, which are these highs here. If it goes above that, I'm stopping out. My expected target is 264 now. Slowly caught up. The 5-minute slowly caught up. So yeah, if it doesn't give a full wash here, I'm probably just gonna take it off. The longer it consolidates, it'll pop back up and create a flag here. So you don't want to get stuck in that. But this should be just a small trade. I'm just gonna take the rest of my profits at 266, 265s. Alright, so a little push there. So I have 266 at 500 shares. Let's see if we get that filled. So I would add more short on this here. It's now a bigger cup and handle. but the 5 minute is just too close to get any real meat on that. So I'm just down to 500 shares. But it's almost tested here already, so I just have 500 shares at 264 if I can get that filled. But definitely I'm gonna take it off for if 270 reclaims. Oh, okay. I kind of messed up my stop there, but I'm all out now. I accidentally moved my limit order up instead of my stop, so it actually took me out there. So yeah, that was a $70 win on GNUS. Shorted this inverted cup and handle. Hey Olaf, let me check out HOFV for you. So HOFV, in the morning I mentioned that $5 is the key area. A break of $5 is definitely a sell signal, so you don't want to be holding it and then it create a bear flag here. So this was the other spot you should definitely exit because it's a very bearish signal, a bear flag. And then when it retested down here, you can see that it's extended on this hour. So it's expected to have a retest of $5 for 94.80 area, which I also mentioned that that'll be your second chance to exit if you missed the first chance here. So this is a second chance for people to exit. That's why you get another downside move. So it's not going to be over $5 unless it creates a higher low here, and it failed to do so already. So you might get, you know, if it wants to set up, it's gonna have to do some, you know, a lot of work, create higher lows over around this area, and then break 490, and then higher low around 490 like this to even I recommend a long setup. Right now it could fade all day, so it could just go down and like break to below $4. And the reasoning is because on the hour and the daily it's extended. So anytime you want to buy something or hold it longer, you don't want this to be extended. You see the white line, which is the 9 exponential moving average. It's extended, and stocks usually gravitate towards that line. So if it's far away, so you can see it's already pushing down. It's at 430 now. So it's gonna push back down, and that line is at 367, 369. So yeah, be sure to, you know, stop out if you haven't done so, unless you want to be an investor. So like these type of stocks that you see moving on the daily that are up like a lot, these are more day trade stocks. I wouldn't hold them long term unless you know what you're doing. So a good spot to sell is, yeah, I mean 440 is, it actually broke 440. You can see that a lot of people had their stops below this level, and then you had this wick, so it actually stopped a lot of stops, and then it had a market sell of a lot of orders, so it sold all the way down to 420. Big volume there. It broke low of day, so it's actually really bad right now. But this kind of wick tells me that there are some, you know, dip buyers. So I would, yeah, any pop to like 470, 480, definitely a chance to sell there if you haven't sold already. Yeah, definitely is not a stock to hold. It's under a lot of time frames. So if you look at the hourly chart, I mentioned in my stream last night that, you know, to hold a stock, the stock has to be above this hourly 9 EMA, which it was doing well. After hours, yes, or yesterday morning, it was below it, but it reclaimed. This morning it tried to hold below it, it tried to reclaim it, and now it's below the hourly. So it's really bearish in that sense. And the daily chart is not helping being extended this high. So most likely it'll go back down to 364, or it'll hang out here, and the next day will drop to below 4 next day. Or it could just consolidate here. You know, the longer it consolidate, this will slowly catch up, and then you might get another run, like another flag here, and it might break out. I mean, that could happen, but as long as it sets up, you have to wait for those to happen to buy again. You don't buy here expecting all that analysis to play out. You let it set up and then play that setup as it happens, because data changes. Short interest. So what's the short interest on it? Let's see. Short interest is 10%, 9%. No, it does matter for a short squeeze. But what you would like to see is also the chart has to hold up in the technical aspect of it. If your technical is not setting up, then the shorts are not going to cover, right? If it isn't set up long for enough longs to buy, and if it isn't set up long for enough shorts to stop out for like a squeeze, then it's not going to happen. So everything has to kind of line up. Like, even though it's, you know, highly shorted, the short interest is high, if it's not setting up for them to stop out, why would it squeeze? So it still needs to set up in that sense. But in terms of like HOFV, it's still a potential. Like, I'm not saying this can't go higher. It's not gonna go higher today. That's, you know, you have to kind of think of it as day by day. It is still bullish. It's still above the 90 MA, so it definitely can still go higher. I'm not, you know, rejecting that fact, but to go higher, it has to retest this line. So it might pull back. You might get another day like this, and then, you know, the consolidation day, you have a flag, and then you got a breakout. That could happen on Friday or something, right? But unless that happens, I'm not going to be sitting here buying in here for this to happen. I'll wait until this to form, and then I'll buy. But yeah, the short interest, it does matter, but it's not going to matter now. So similar to AMC, you know, a lot of speculation on like AMC and GME have high short interest. But the stock is not going to play out because it's extended. I even mentioned earlier this week or last week that AMC was extended, and I was expecting a pullback to the 12 bucks, and it pulled back pretty much yesterday, and it's having trouble below it now. So the chart is not setting up. If it's too extended, it's not going to set up. So things have to align perfectly for things to work, especially if the short interest, right? They don't have reason to get squeezed if it's not setting up. Yeah, no problem. Yeah, so pretty short morning today. Only traded one stock, GNUS, for a total of 70 bucks. It was just a short small play on the chart here, and this was the play. So it actually retested. So I short, those of you who don't know shorting, it's pretty much it's the opposite of buying, and you short you want to short high and buy back low. It's pretty much just gives you, you know, two-side opportunity to trade. You can trade on the upside and trade on the downside. So yeah, normally beginning traders would normally just buy stocks and then hopefully it goes up. So you buy, you know, hopefully buy low and sell high. Shorting it just you sell short high and you buy back those shares low. So what I did here was one of my strategy is inverted cup and handle. Inverted cup there and then inverted handle. And then I short for that break with my stop at 273 here, which it didn't hit, right? So I was still holding on to my shares. And then I just took profit when it went down towards the 5-minute chart. So this was the example of an inverted cup and handle, and that's what the only trade I did today. And here's like the animation of my two strategies that I play. So the long setup and the short setup that I just went over. So those are pretty much what I look for in, you know, either the daily charts, all time frames. So unless those happen, I'll just be sitting around waiting for those to happen and looking for stocks. But these are pretty like high probable setups if it happens. If it doesn't happen, then there's no trade. Yeah, so that was that setup there. And then it broke, and then it retests and went lower. So exactly how the picture. DLPN. So DLPN, it's extended. It's way too extended. It attempted to break high of day here, fell, and you got a little opportunity on that, you know, inverted cup and handle like I just went over. And what is it doing? It's breaking down. Now it's retesting, going lower. So same thing as that drawing right here in the animation. So you got inverted cup and handle, broke. Now it's going lower. It's extended. So expect this to go below 12 in the next, or to 12 or below 12 in the next 20 minutes. And I think this is done. I think this chart is done. It's probably going to go back to below $10 today. It's not worth getting into right now. These, so as I mentioned, these type of charts, like 130% gain, it's not the type of stocks you want to buy and hold, right? These stocks are not long-term investing. They're more for day traders that are in and out on the day or the next day. It might continue to move the next day, but definitely not a buy and hold unless you know the company well or you have your own due diligence on their fundamentals. But usually these stocks will pop up just like this day and goes back down. So unless you're just holding for 1 or 2 days, I wouldn't recommend, you know, getting into it. So we're on this day now, so it's probably gonna go back down to $6 in the next 2-3 days. So don't get pushed in there. So let's see what else is moving. So YVR. So YVR was extended. It's expected this to go back down. HOTH. Oh, scalp trade. Oh, like quick long and out. Right now, no, it's on a downtrend. So on the long side, definitely not a trade. I don't like buying dips on a downtrend. I know people, you know, dip buying is what you hear all the time, but I don't like buying dips, right? Is this a dip? Is this a dip? Is this a dip? Like which one are you buying? and also it's on a downtrend. So don't buy dips on a downtrend. So if you think it's a discount, it'll be more discount later. I like buying dips on an uptrend. So when it shows some resistance broken into, like a downtrend broke, and now you got this higher low and you form this cup and handle, right? Now you could buy dips for a higher low, and then now you can buy like an uptrend dip, which is much better than a downtrend dip. So just keep that in mind if you want to buy, if you want to dip buy. Just don't, I'm not a dip buyer, but don't dip buy on a downtrend. Right now it's downtrending, and these are dips that will fail. But yeah, for a scalp trade, I normally just buy breakouts for scalp trades. Like for instance, this would be a a cup and handle holding the 5-minute chart, and you can scalp this for the break of that flag. Stop here. So that would be a scalp trade, and you probably get 1-to-1 risk to reward. So you risk $10 here, then you could get $10 profit here, $20. But it's a lot spready, so I like to keep my risk tight and my profit target a lot further away, so you get a better reward. You want to risk like $20 to make $60, right? Not risk $60 to make $20. So just gonna scan through the percentage gainer here and see if there's anything else moving. But yeah, no problem. So this one broke down. Yeah, that's good. As long as when you enter a trade and you know where your stop is, right? So a lot of people just enter a trade because they see it's moving or it's hype, but they don't realize like where is your stop? Like when are you stopping out? That's like the one question you have to ask yourself is when are you taking your loss? Because if you don't take your loss, then are you just bag holding? Are you an investor for life? I'm not sure. So you have to answer those questions. Where's your stop and where's your target? And your stop and target, your target should be at least 2 times away from your profit. So like for instance, my trade earlier on GNUS. So here is the lower high, right, that I'm looking for. So my stop, well, this is 273, which was this high, is 273, and then this is 270 break. So I'm entering at 270 break. My stop is 273, right? So I already entered knowing where my plan is. So 273 is my stop. So I'm risking 3 cents, right? So that's 3-cent move for me to stop out, and my profit was at 262 here. So it's an 8 cents profit, right? So I'm getting at least 2.5 profit to reward. So this is my profit because it was extended on the 1-minute chart, and usually the stock will revert back to the 5-minute chart here, which it have. So I shorted that, stopping at there. I almost stopped out. There's a few pops here that would have stopped me out, but here's the trend, and I took profits along the way. So I end up, being up on this trade. But yeah, I change as new data progresses. So if like it pops up here and I feel like it's holding a level that I'm expecting to, you know, wash, then I'll probably just take it off break even or something, right? I'm not gonna wait until like it sets up higher, but definitely just respect your stop as well, because I think that's another thing that separates, you know, a profit trader from a loser trading trader is losing trades, or like losers that lose money normally in day trading is because they don't know when to stop, and they might just keep averaging up or averaging down, and then they end up taking a bigger loss. Like, you know, it's okay to just stop out. It's okay to be wrong, you know. You're not going to get 100% win rate as long as you win 50% of the time and you got good risk management, like your wins is bigger than your loss. Then that's going to compound with each win, and you'll be a profitable trader. So right now, GNUS did a VWAP test, tested the 15-minute chart. So this can set up like if something like this happens, reclaims, do a flag, could buy there at like 270, but it's gonna, you know, lot more work. Like this, and then you can buy on this break, risking here like 5% risk, and then it can potentially go higher. But yeah, it's getting towards lunchtime, so breakout tend to not go as much. And anything after lunchtime, like around 10 a.m. Pacific, stocks tend to gravitate towards the hourly. So make sure if you're gonna buy and hold, that it has tested the hourly. So let me see. A few example is, you look at the hourly chart and you can see how this line, the 9 EMA on the hourly chart, is down here. So that's why DLPN is not a buy. It's gonna go back down to like $10 at least toward the end of the day, right? So the hourly chart is way down here, so it's not a good buy. So like YVR, see, so YVR is gravitated towards that hourly chart here, 550. So it's pretty much tested it. Now it can, you know, has a chance to go back higher. But if it hasn't tested the hourly chart, so CNPP, SNMP went down to the hourly, now it can do whatever it's want, higher or lower. AMTX, but yeah, so let's see, what does this have? So this has a 5-minute like inverted cup and handle here on the 5-minute chart. It's pretty wide. I would want to see like another pop and kind of break towards this, and then you do have some meat on the 15-minute chart, or not 15-minute chart. Oh, is this the 15-minute chart? Oh, 15-minute chart here. So there's some meat towards VWAP, but yeah, not a whole lot of distance, so your reward is not too far there. But the hourly chart, you do have some room. 6.9 on the hourly chart, so you do have some room there of profit if it does break down. But it could flag here as well Looks like one of flag. Yeah, GNUS. The GNUS is holding up here pretty well. But yeah, this would need to pull back. So it tested this area right here. Held above the prior high of this area for this cup and handle break. Retested VWAP. Now it's holding 15-minute chart. So this has potential. So on the daily time frame, it's not too extended. It's kind of popping above here, but it's good extension or good consolidation here for that flag break. You do have some resistance at 306, so maybe it'll get there today if it sets up. So, but before that sets up, it will need to consolidate here. Something like this in like maybe 10 minutes. I don't know if this stock has the patience for that, but that'll be something I'll be looking for. So 267. So if we can consolidate here, like the longer you consolidate here and then it breaks 270, that'll be a spot. Yeah. Olaf. Yeah, I think it could be, but it will need to consolidate a little longer. It has to do this. I think one test and then a higher low here, or yeah, like a 270 break. What is this? 272. Definitely a good start so far, but it'll need to retest this. I was a higher low around here, and then break up 270 would be the good spot to scalp if you want to scalp.
Computers now have primary control of critical vehicle functions.
Alright, I'm back. So looks like this looks... I don't know, I might try this. I actually kind of tried break there earlier. What is this? 272? 272, this low here is 267, so that's a 5% risk. I mean, it's a decent looking flag, but it's still extended for a little bit extended. But I might try this. I just go small. I'll probably risk like $50 and just go like 1,000 shares. But if it pulls back one more time here, that'd be ideal. Like this. Like one more pullback. I think one more pullback and I like it more. But if it breaks 272, might take it. Let's see if it pulls back here or breaks 271, but I want to pull back more than it breaks here right now. Okay, so good pullback. So something like this for the next 271 break would be nice. That's a good pullback. 5 minutes a little bit extended. I want the 5 minute to be tested. Alright, so that's the 5 minute test. So that is somewhat expected because it was extended on the 5 minute chart. Now if it reclaims, it'll look better. I mean, if we get a VWAP test and 15-minute test again, I think that would be like the best. Something like this, and then reclaims this flag line. So it has a nice flag line now. So if it kind of retests, reclaims, and breaks this flag line at 270, that'll probably be the best setup. But it's gonna take some time now, at least 5 minutes for it to set up here. I'm gonna keep that on the side. Let's see if there's anything else. But good pullback. AMTX has a little flag here. Increase in volume, the highest volume in that 1 minute chart. For that flag break. High volume, but it didn't go too far. So, and I think because it might be a little bit extended, I don't know if there might be a short setup. So AMTX, GNUS. So it's gonna try to reclaim. RLX. It's huge gap down yesterday, so no, I'm gonna watch it. Yeah, nothing else is moving. Probably the only stock I'll be watching is GNUS. It's not like an A+ setup, but it is a setup I can get behind if it holds this as support. Yeah, it's also getting the late part of the day, or late part of the morning, so people will start taking lunch soon. Okay, so we'll probably get a 15-minute test. So that's the next 5-minute test. If it breaks, we'll probably get a VWAP test here at 263. See if it reclaims afterwards. So I'm gonna try this one 270 break if it goes. Alright, so good pullback. So I'll try this 270 break, risking 265, 5-cent risk. So I'm going some here, 2,000 shares. See if this goes. If it doesn't go immediately, this is also lunchtime. I'm probably just gonna take it off. It might be a fake out. So it doesn't hold 270 here, or continue. I'm gonna probably take it off. But this is the flag line break. Stop is like 265 max. But I'll quickly downsize if this doesn't go immediately. It does need to get over 263 to squeeze out the shorts. This is probably a level where shorts was probably stop out here. 273. So let's see if we get a push. But if this does push over 273, my probably first target would, or close to high of days. So it attempted to break, so it actually went to 273 there. All right. So let's see if it pushed to 273. I'm just gonna sell 500 shares here at 272. Just because it's not like the cleanest breakout and the volume didn't kind of pick up as much as I expected there off that break. So about I still have 1500 shares. Let's see what happens. I have a 1500 shares average of 270. Yeah, it's getting a bit extended as well on the 5-minute chart, so there might be another pullback before it goes higher, but let's see. So attempted to break the highs there, but yeah, again, like no volume towards lunchtime, so I'm just gonna be really cautious of all those warning, and I'll hang on just in case it pushes towards the high of day. So let's see if we get something before I sign off here. Alright, so it's going to get to 273 here. Again, 273 is getting chipped down. But it refreshed there, so alright, I'm going to end up selling 500 more shares there at 272. Just because last time 273 refreshed and it broke at 273. I'm just down to 1,000 shares. So it really need to break that 273 level. Let's see. So it's a good dip and kind of held. But yeah, my full stop will be at 265. But if it holds a higher low here, so if this holds a higher low, I'm gonna move my stop there. 270. Yeah, we might get a retest on this. Yeah, so I'm probably gonna take it off here if it breaks 269, just because it's a little bit extended. But so 269 break will take me out for this prior low, which is 269 here. So if this holds a higher high, then it will continue higher. But if this is inverted cup and handle here, breaks the 269, will get me out. So I mean, it'll go probably go to 268, but the 15-minute chart is at 264, so I'm probably gonna just take it off and look for a re-entry after lunch or something. But let's see what it does here. 269 will get me out. Just gonna put my 269 stop. So when I see 269 on here and it starts, so right here, so I'm out. I'm all out there. 269. So we might get to 267, but it's okay. I like to minimize my losses as well and keep my profit. So just $81 for this trade. If that 269 probably gonna break and it goes to 268. But yeah, this only trade I had today. GNUS, I think it's made $10 here, $70 here on the short. Attempted long, lunchtime, and no follow through. So hit ANGR, ORMP. Let me check that out. Yeah, ORMP looks like it looks pretty dead to me. Yeah, ORMP looks dead, pretty dead. Had a wicked candle yesterday. More volume today, but looks like it gapped up and sold back down. It's extended on the 9 EMA, which is at $10. So you might see it retest there. If not today, it'll be tomorrow. So ORMP doesn't look good right now. You might get a bounce. It's extended right now on the downside, so you might get a bounce towards at least 1150 to start on this 15-minute trend. So you look at the 15-minute trend, it's like on a downtrend here, and you might get a bounce towards like 1150, kind of like these candles here, retested and go back down. So you might get that retest there and it might go back down, but if you're in the stock, it is definitely not a good stock right now to hold. So like any bounce, I would probably sell if you're in it. This chart is not a dip buy, so I'm not a dip buyer. So, and the chart is not good. It broke high of days, and it failed to hold it, so it's gonna fade back down to $10. So ORMP. Let's give an update on HOFV. People are asking about it. HOFV, also another stock that I mentioned, $5 break would continue to sell. Then you got a bear flag here. You got a bear flag here that people will start selling again, and it was extending on the downside here, so you got a pop for you to exit, second chance exit there. People that didn't stop out on this initial push of $5 will stop out here, so that's why you see another wave down. So don't let false pop give you hope. So people are buying here hoping, and that's the hope to get out, and then it goes back down. So that's why I don't dip buy. Depending on what type of trader you are, if you dip buy for just a correction, it's okay. But you dip buy to hold long term, it's not okay. You're dip buying on a downtrend. So as I say, you just get discount, further discount. Right now you're starting to get a base and it's holding higher lows, so you might get a retest up 480s. But yeah, this might be a third chance to sell if you haven't gotten out. And just because it is extending on the daily chart here to 370, that's why I'm a little bearish. So it's gonna fade back down, if not today, tomorrow. Yeah, so I think that's my morning. Just one or like two trade in this GNUS, one short, one long. I guess the most of it was on the short side. The long side was just a quick so made most of it on the short here on my inverted cup and handle, and then took profits along the way while I was testing the 5-minute chart. So that was a short play. And then on the long play, which was here, attempted this flag break. Didn't like the volume as much. There was not an increase in relative volume there for this break. So I just took some profits and then just stop out, pretty much break even. But it was like a small $10 win there overall. And you can see the momentum is dying, so no volume. It's also during lunchtime, so it's not the best time to take breakout trades, but I took it just in case I go further. But I had a defined risk level that I'm willing to take. But yeah, it looks like I'll probably test the 263s before going higher. But it'll be extending the hourly chart, so 255 will be probably in the afternoon. Okay, so I'm probably gonna sign off now. And yeah, it's getting the late part of the morning. Probably gonna take a break and go to my full-time job. But if you enjoy the content, yeah, be sure to hit the subscribe button. I stream every morning around 6:45, 6:30, 6:45 PST. So be sure to tune in. All right, thanks everyone for watching.